Hi, and welcome back to the 2023 Big West Women's Basketball Preview Show presented by BuyB1.com. I'm Krista Blunk, along with Tammy Blackburn. And Tammy, UC Davis, the Aggies, a team that has some experience back, but only 2 starters. But yet, you just feel like this is a team that has a lot of familiar faces.
Yeah, Jen Gross, the head coach, she's somebody that you and I have known for a long time. And if you have never had a chance to sit down with Jen Gross, and I hope that you do, she's a highly skilled, very brilliant. She too is a student of the game and really studies the game. She talks about losing Sierra Hall, which I think is tough for everybody because Sierra graduated, had a wonderful career, and not just because Sierra was a great player on the court, but it's the type of person that she was off the court and what she did. But Jen Gross very high on what she has coming back. And she just recruits the type of players in her program that are so community minded and academic minded, and then the focus on basketball. And I just think that that's what makes Jen Gross have this well-rounded program year in and year out.
Yeah, well, she does have a couple of starters back to go with some of the transfers that she picked up. And that is Evan Turner, an all Big West honorable mention member from a season ago. And she's just a spark for this team.
She's a junior guard. She averaged career highs in points. She averaged career highs in assists and steals and 3-pointers last year. So she's highly experienced. She is a player that Jen Gross knows that is going to be a great locker room player. So when the coaches aren't around, Evan Turner will be talking to the team and saying all the things that she needs, but she will lead on the court. And she's just an incredible basketball player. And even though Jen Gross feels like this is a new team a little bit, there is certainly plenty of talent, and Evan Turner leads the way.
She's going to be a key piece to go with those players that are transferring in for Jen Gross. And we'll get to hear more about them when we return. We'll catch up with Jen Gross right here in the preview show.
The B1 Performance Patch elevates physical functions by transforming carbs into glucose used to fuel the body. Don't compete without it. Visit buyb1.com or on social media at B1Patch.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, and we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. Ticket Smarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the Ticket Smarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at Ticketsmarter.com.
The Big West is back in Las Vegas. Don't miss the 2023 Hercules Tires Big West Basketball Championships, presented by the Hawaiian Islands, March 7th through the 11th at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson, Nevada. Catch the pulse-pounding action as 20 men's and women's teams battle to punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament. Get the best seats in the house at ucdavisaggies.com/tickets or call 530-752-2471.
What a finish! Welcome back to the Big West Women's Basketball Preview Show. We're talking about the number 5 pick team, the UC Davis Aggies, and our Molly Sullivan got a chance to catch up with their head coach, Jen Gross. Let's listen in to see what she had to say.
Now, as we get into the preview, you've got 9 returning players, 2 of which are starters. Break it down for us, Coach, and what are we going to be seeing from your squad this season?
Yeah, although we do have 9 returners, I do feel like it's a bit of a new squad because we had, 3 players in Sierra Hall, Kayla Conrad, and Sage Stobart, who really had been such key players for us in the past, and they all graduated, are moving on to some pretty awesome, fun things. Although we do have a nice group returning, we've added some new players as well, which is fun. At the core of everything we do is the concept of selflessness and playing together. And I think although we do change things from year to year in terms of our, we tweak our offense a little bit. We might add some wrinkles on defense. That's kind of who we are at our core. We share the ball. We move the ball. We're never going to be a team where one person has the ball in their hands the whole time. That's part of who we are. That's who we recruit, are people that like to share the ball and like to play that way. And defensively, kind of similar to our philosophy, is that concept of really playing together, being there for each other. And so we're going to be a team that works really, really hard, plays together, works for each other, scrambles well. And, it's just, our goal is to make it really challenging every time down the floor for teams to score.
As we zero in on number 15, shall we? Coming off a career year, what does she bring to your team, to your program, to the campus, to the game of basketball as a whole?
I can't say enough about Evan Turner. People have seen her play and understand, what kind of a spark she is on the court. With the players that we had that graduated this past year, that will definitely provide an opportunity for Evan to take more of a leadership role this year. What's exciting for me is that our team really feeds off of Evan. And one thing you're always going to get with her is high energy. And that's how I coach. I'm big on, we're going to have fun. We're going to bring enthusiasm every single day. We're going to show up and get better. And that's Evan. She comes to practice with a smile. She gets people going. It's hard not to have fun when you're around her. And I think the other players are really feeding off that well, which makes it fun for our staff too. When you walk in the gym and everybody's excited to be there and in good spirits and ready to bring a lot of energy to practice, you're going to have a good time and you're going to get better. So she's one of the most competitive players I've ever coached, and she wants to win. And so she also brings that side where she sets a really high bar and she expects everybody else to kind of come up to her level. And so in terms of leadership, she's really the whole package. And I'm excited for her. She's going to be in a little bit of a different role this year. And I think she's really ready to step up and take hold of that. And I think the players around her love her and are going to follow her lead. And we have some other really nice secondary pieces in terms of leadership. And I think it's going to be a really good balance for our team.
And specifically with Evan, look at this, a psychology major, right? But we spoke off camera about how she's got some hosting chops, some broadcasting chops. But she did mention, Coach, and I would be remiss if I did not point this out, that one of the main reasons that she signed with your program is because you put academics first. That is something, a running theme throughout the conference. Is that what sets the Big West apart from other conferences, would you say, Coach?
Oh, it's absolutely one of the big things I think that I love about our conference, and I love about being here at UC Davis. I love to give the example of Morgan Birch, who everybody knows was tremendous player for our program, all-time leading scorer, Big West Player of the Year, and was drafted to the WNBA. She was a biomedical engineering major here at UC Davis, and people's jaws drop when I mention that, because it just proves that you can do it all. You can study to be, an engineer. You can be a doctor. You can be a psychologist. You can do whatever you want, and you can still have a tremendous basketball career. And that's something that's really important to us, is that making sure that we are supporting our student athletes to be everything they want to be. If that's going into a pre-health field or a pre-law field, or, you mentioned in Evan's case, let's give her as many opportunities as possible to see if this hosting or journalism is something she really wants to do. We're very fortunate. We have the EVO program here at UC Davis, which is designed just for that, to help our student athletes figure out what does life after basketball look like. And we provide a lot of different internship opportunities and job shadowing and speaking with people in the field to help our players really, have success in other areas and make sure they're feeling really ready and prepared for launching after graduation. So I love it. It's part of who I am, having played here at UC Davis. It really was the student athlete model, where being a student really does come first. And so that's what we're about, is trying to provide the whole experience, not having to sacrifice in any area, and making sure that there's growth for our players in school, in career paths, on the court, in the community, trying to provide them with this really well-rounded experience here.
I gotta say, it's not just coach speak. The game within the game here really is your ability to get equally excited from the academic side to what your team is able to do on the floor. I saw it firsthand just down the street here in Henderson, Nevada. Coach, you look at, you've got a grad student forward coming in from Harvard and
Yeah.
Tess, right? Academic all
Yeah.
Ivy team. Also some international experience, not only with Tess, but you've got the Swedish and Danish national team. That's a running theme throughout your program as well, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. So, I think we've been fortunate to be able to recruit some international players here at UC Davis. You mentioned Linus Vonholm, who is our 6'6" center, playing with the Danish national team. We have a transfer, Tova Sable, who came in from Penn State and played with the Swedish national program. So Tess actually got a chance to compete in this past summer in the Maccabi games over in Israel. So I think that we're very big on that. We think that, bringing that kind of international experience can really help our program. And, those players have a different perspective on things. They have different experiences. We want to create the most diverse and welcoming program that we possibly can. And having people from different areas and different backgrounds, that really enhances that. In addition, we have Megan Jones from Scotland. So we do have some international players that I think, have really enjoy the campus feel here at UC Davis, but also have brought a lot to the program. And, we're hoping to continue with that and continue to recruit the best players that we can bring in, both nationally and internationally.
Earlier, Coach, you touched on your coaching philosophy, and you mentioned how it's important for you to have student athletes that are not afraid to stand up and fight for what's important. What is most important this season? It's early October.
Yeah.
As we go throughout the season and the road ahead, what's most important for your team?
Well, I think, for us, we really strongly believe to have success with our program, we're going to do it together. So the teams that we've had that have been the most successful are the teams that really had tremendous buy-in to not only to the coaches and to what we're asking them to do on a daily basis, but to each other. They play for each other. And so I love this team already so far. We've had, summer to get to know each other, to build chemistry. We've done a lot of team building, which is something that's really big in our program. We feel like if you build a strong foundation early, and at the backbone of that foundation is our relationships with each other, having really strong relationships, it will get you through the ups and downs of the season. We all know that it's never smooth sailing. We all know that there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. And when it is, a tough loss, or you've had a week of practice that didn't go as well as you'd hoped, how do we respond as a group? How's the buy-in? Is everybody still in it 100% together? And that's going to be key for us. Is everybody taking personal accountability and saying, how can I help my team be better today? We talk a lot about adding up the great days. How many days in a row can we at the end say that was a great day? And when you add up the great days, you're gonna end up having success.
You certainly are not one to skip steps, and that's why we love you. Thank you so much for your time. Best of luck this season.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
The Big West is back in Las Vegas. Order your tickets today for the 2023 Hercules Tires Big West Basketball Championships, presented by the Hawaiian Islands, March 7th through the 11th at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson, Nevada. Don't miss a minute of pulse-pounding action as 20 men's and women's teams battle to punch their ticket to the next level. Get the best seats in the house at ucdavisaggies.com/tickets, or you can call 530-752-2471.
The B1 Performance Patch elevates physical functions by transforming carbs into glucose used to fuel the body. Don't compete without it. Visit buyb1.com or on social media at B1Patch.
Malama is to cherish and protect the reefs, the fish, the birds, the winds, and the land. Giving back, that's something that lasts generations.
Learn how you can Malama Hawaii at gohawaii.com/malama.
Sometimes faster isn't always better. Like when you're getting a tattoo. Or saying I love you on the first date. Or putting together certain Swedish furniture.
But when it comes to getting in and out of the airport, faster is always better. And at Ontario International Airport, you can have a stress-free experience from the curb to the gate.
It's the least we can do.
The Big West is back in Las Vegas. Don't miss the 2023 Hercules Tires Big West Basketball Championships, presented by the Hawaiian Islands, March 7th through the 11th at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson, Nevada. Catch the pulse-pounding action as 20 men's and women's teams battle to punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament. Get the best seats in the house at ucdavisaggies.com/tickets or call 530-752-2471.
What a finish! Tammy, Jen Gross knows that she has a player like Evan Turner, but her transfer portal picks are pretty special as well. When you start looking at players coming in from Harvard, they're international, they're part of their national teams. They bring a different experience as well to a program.
Yeah, Harvard and Penn State. You mentioned the international play. How about Tess Sussman, a player that I think is a complete player? She has experience playing basketball year-round. She actually just had a wonderful transformational experience with being able to play in the Maccabi games in Israel. And so lots of fun experiences, educational experiences for these players. And Jen Gross, a coach that's going to go out and get those players and build her team. Congratulations to her and what she's been able to do.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see what the Aggies can do this season. Well, we've got much, much more when we return. We're up to our number 4 team in the preseason poll, and we'll have more about them right here on the preview show.